Ohio State beat Akron 52-6, but there are things to work on. That's basically what I'm going to say. Because 52 points is what Ohio State should score against Akron, but the majority of those should come earlier rather than later. Ohio State only scored 17 points in the first half, and they even had a turnover inside of the red zone against Akron, or close to inside the red zone in the second quarter. Akron held them to a field goal. And if not for Jeremiah Smith, with how Ohio State's other receivers were doing and how Akron's defense was doing, Ohio State may have only been up 10, or they may have been tied 3-3 at the half. This offensive line still has a lot to be desired of. Akron didn't have any TFLs. They only had 5 passes defended, but it's hard to get TFLs when you have Quinshaw Judkins, the ultimate power back who has shiftiness, and also Travion Henderson, who is like an epic big play merchant, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. He'll fall forward and get you yards as is to a limited degree. And the O-line, maybe I'm being too harsh here, but Ohio State needs to do better, and they need to be more consistent if they want to win it all, and if they want to have a guaranteed victory over Michigan and Oregon and Penn State. The reason I may be harsher on Ohio State than some of these other teams is their expectations are the highest in the country, probably tied with Georgia's and Alabama's right now, and they could be higher than both of those. You had Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel say in the preseason that this is the best team they ever saw. This is not the best Ohio State team I've ever seen. By how this Ohio State team looked against Akron, they're probably not better than the Ohio State teams of the previous 2 seasons, the 2022 team and the 2023 team. We'll have to see. Howard made some really good throws. He had some misses. He's an upgrade over Kyle McCord because he has about the same passing capability as Kyle McCord from what I watched, but he can run. And he does a pretty good job at running. They used some QB power. He scrambled a little bit. And again, Ohio State didn't surrender a single sack or TFL. That's not just on the O-line, and credit to them there for pass pro. I thought their pass pro looked better than their run blocking. That's also on Will Howard. Will Howard's a good QB. He didn't have his best game, but again, it's game 1 in a new system, in a team that's built different than Kansas State, mostly for better, but I would say in some areas for worse as well. You don't have the same tight end play. I look at the Buckeyes, and I think that they just can't be sluggish. You can't come out that way. And they did it all last year, where they were a second half team, very slow in the first half, and they pulled away against the small, medium, and near elite opponents. But against the elite like Michigan, they got game controlled to death. Remember that. Michigan was 3 of 3 on 4th down. What did we see in this game? Akron was 2 of 3 on 4th down, and they were the most successful in short yardage. They even occasionally converted some 3rd downs. They were able to respectfully run the ball. Not extremely well, but Ben Finley took a ton of... Ohio State had 5 sacks. 5 sacks. If you don't adjust for sacks, Akron didn't do a great or even good job at running, but it's just enough to where you think that Penn State, and if Michigan's offensive line improves and if Oregon's offensive line improves, they could just consistently get 4, 3, or 5 yards per pop, convert 4th and shorts, and keep Ohio State's defense on the field the whole game. And again, as I said earlier, I'm only being this harsh because I think still they're the best team in the Big Ten right now. They should be the best team in the Big Ten. Ryan Day is an elite head coach who made some moves this preseason that say he doesn't think what he's done is good enough. And this game against Akron, all I can really take away is that this Ohio State team is a near elite team, which is what they have been every year under Day. So I don't know that much. All I can tell you is their receivers are good, their running backs are some of the best in the country, their run blocking still needs some serious work in my mind to be a high-level offensive line, but they look a little better than last year. Receivers, there's a drop-off there, but Jeremiah Smith looks good, and with time, they'll improve. The defense is still fairly conservative. They can get pressure. We'll have to see how they do against stronger teams on that. But ultimately, they're better at defending the pass than they are at stopping the run. That's all I can tell you, and that's basically what they were last year. Better at pass defense and pass offense than they were at run offense and run defense. So there's not much to say there other than the fact that this team is, well, a near elite to elite team. And that's about it. So take from that what you will. Ohio State gets a win. They do a little less than I thought they should have done. But when I criticize them, I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm just saying this team wants to, crush Michigan, win the Big Ten, and beat Georgia. You're not beating Georgia from what I see right now. And the Big Ten, Michigan and Oregon looked pretty sluggish. Ohio State looked sluggish for a half. And Penn State had the most efficient game by a mile out of those four teams. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't have an overreaction for Ohio State. All I can tell you is, as of right now, they look like a team that is overall at a similar caliber to what they were last season. We'll see if they improve over time. Thank you for watching this cut of Touchdown Talk. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, comment your thoughts down below, and share this video around to other college football fans. I want to give a special shout out to my Patreon members for sponsoring this channel and video. Thanks to Crash2488 and Brasco Rascal for being Heisman members. Thanks to Chris Lane, Connor Little OH, Ismar, and Tyler Nye for being All-American members. And thanks to John Lynn, Roaming Gnome, Matthew Sale, Austin Christmas, and Janisha Cockrell for being all conference members. If you want direct message access to me, and also after 6 months of membership, free signed College Football with Sam merchandise delivered to your door, merchandise of your choosing, I may add. Sign up as a Heisman member for $25 a month and stick around for 6 months. All American membership is $10. All conference membership is $5. If you want merchandise regardless, check out my merchandise store via the link in the description or down below in the pinned comment. It's high quality stuff. I wear it for all of my streams, and that's because it's comfortable, high quality, athletic, stretchy. It's really good clothing, and I encourage you to check out my merchandise store along with my Patreon page, which are in the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.